Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be giving you guys some of my Sephora recommendations for the VIB fall haul sale, whatever it's called these days. You know, they change it every year, it feels like. I think the sale is starting on October 30th for Rouge and maybe the 3rd for what is it, VIB, and then Insiders is later. I have the details linked below with some links to the stuff that I'm gonna recommend just to make it easy, because I can't really remember off the dome what, you know, the dates and stuff are. But we're not gonna take too much time doing this video. I have like probably 4 or 5 videos maybe that I've done in the past recommending the things that I like, and those recommendations still stand. So I'm gonna also link below videos that I've done in the past with some recommendations. Hopefully there are not too many repeats in here, and if it is a repeat, my bad. I try not to repeat stuff from sale to sale, especially within the same, like within a different year. But hopefully this stuff is not in another video, and I'm sorry if it is, but they're just the things that I like, period. So you know that I love it if I'm showing it to you multiple times. All right, so let's start with something that I don't know if this is in another video or not, because I don't remember when this came out, but I'm sure it's in plenty of my favorites videos because I love this concealer. This is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless. You think I would know the full name since I use it so much, but I don't, because it's a super long name. But it's in the shade Maple, and y'all, like, I love the coverage and the like consistency of this concealer. It's not super thick. It has a gel-like consistency, so it still is able to give you full coverage without being heavy. And that's why I love gel concealers just across the board, just because that formula allows it to be like heavy coverage but a lightweight feel. So yeah, this is definitely something that's worth picking up. I think it tends to be a little pricey, but for reference, I've had this for quite a long time, and I don't even think I'm anywhere near finishing it. Granted, I do have a lot of makeup that I can switch out and use, but 8 times out of 10, I'm picking this one. So this is my most used concealer of 2020, and whenever I picked it up since then, this is my most used concealer, and I freaking love it. I love the way it looks. I have it on now. It like brightens. It's not too bright because the shade is perfect. I love this concealer, and if there was one thing that you could pick up from anything that I mentioned here, this would be what I would recommend. The next thing I have here is the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. This is the Cheeks Out. It's called Cheeks Out Bronzer, right? This is in the shade 6. And this is also something that came out, I think, within the last year or so. I don't even remember. 2020 has been just so crazy that I don't even know when stuff released because it's just been a mess. But this is the shade that I use. It serves for me like a subtle contour. I wouldn't say necessarily on me it's a bronzer because it doesn't have a lot of red undertone in it like you would expect, or like an orangey red. You know, I like them orangey red bronzers. It doesn't have that much of an undertone like that in it, but it's not like, you know how those some contours are very neutral. Not that those are bad or that those look bad, but they're, you know, they're super neutral to give you that hollowed out look. This is somewhere in between that. It's like not neutral and it's not warm. I really just don't know how to explain it, and it makes it a great lightweight contour. I have it on today as well. Really love it. I think this is perfect for when you want to tone down the bronzer. Like, I tend to go heavier in the summer with the bronzer just to give me that look, but in the fall and winter I start shifting towards more contour. But like in the fall, I'm still like, you know, starting out slow, and then I'll probably by the winter time get to that deep shaped contour. And that's kind of, a lot of people have moved away from deep contouring anyways. I still like it. Do I do it as often? No. I probably would only do it if I'm gonna be in like heavy picture mode. But from day to day, this is like the perfect, I'm gonna grab this and go. Cream products to me look way more natural than liquid and powder products. They tend to merge better into your face. That can be kind of troublesome for some oily girls who are concerned about stuff moving around. I think with all cream products, you kind of have to expect that. It's just on a spectrum of how much is it gonna slide and after how long is it gonna slide. I don't have oily skin, so I have no issues with this sliding, moving around. It stays put all day because there's really no action going on my face as far as oils and sweating and all of that. I'm gonna stick with the cream products. Again, I tend to favor cream products because my skin is dry and I don't do a lot of sweating throughout the day doing normal activities. So I would reconsider the cream purchases if you do have super oily skin or if you sweat a lot during the day, because I know that any cream product is probably not going to be good for that. But for me, if it's my business, I'm going for the cream because it looks so natural on me and it just brings out the best and not the worst of my skin. This is the Fenty Beauty cream blush in the shade Daiquiri Dip, and I also have another shade that I recommend that I really like too. Is this open? Okay. That I really like too, but I didn't feel like looking for it. This is the one that I'm wearing today. It is super brown skin friendly. Like, this blush is so cute, and I know sometimes it's really hard for deeper skin girls to like not only find deep berry blushes, because that's kind of, for a long time, that's like the only shade that we had to work with. And Fenty came out with some cute shades that suit us well, and it's not just deep berry. So that is something definitely to look forward to. Like I said, I have no trouble with her cream products sliding. I will say if you use too much of this, it can look a little lipsticky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it can look like, I don't know how to describe it. But I'm just going to hope that lipsticky is the right adjective to use for you to get what I'm saying. It looks too thickiana. Like, I take a little bit, dab it, look, okay, take a little bit, dab it, put it on. You can go overboard with this if you just like go in swirling and put it on. It looks not cakey, but the moistury version of a cakey like look. I can't think of a name right now. So yeah, again, oily skin girls, beware. May not be for you, but definitely if you have normal to dry skin, this looks really good, and it just gives you that nice pop of color without it looking too clowny. Sometimes if you overdo it with blush, it just looks like, or makes your cheeks look huge. So yeah, really like that. The next thing that I have here is the Lomo, the Laura Mercier honey powder. Yes, I know for a fact this recently came out within a few months, because I've used it, but not like for a whole year. I can feel that. So I know that this must have recently come out. And y'all, Laura Mercier powder has showed up in some of my last Sephora recommendations, but this new shade is super brown girl friendly. It looks amazing to the extent that I'm never probably going to get the translucent one again. This is going to be my go-to shade. It has the same quality that we love in the Laura Mercier powders, and it's just a better shade for us. So I'm not even going to elaborate too much on this. It makes your skin look good. There's no flashback. I don't know. It brings the face all together. Now, I'm only use this like underneath my eyes, a little bit on my forehead and nose, and my chin, and some of like the crease lines. I don't like go putting this all over my face. So I wouldn't recommend that. If you're a brown skin girl, it'll be probably too light. But I mean, if that's your preference, you go for it, girl. But that ain't my preference. I like to keep it light up in here and then use more of a skin tone powder on the outer areas of my face. But yeah, Laura Mercier for the win. Again, if she don't do nothing right, she do them powders right, and that's on period. Okay, the next thing I have here is also a new purchase. I want to say I haven't even had this for 2 months yet, but this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I'm using the shade New Caledonia Deep 2. I think there's another shade that works for my skin tone. I just don't have it. I chose to go with a darker shade because my normal shade, which was what is Macao is my shade in Naturally Radiant, and it's way too light for me now. So this is the shade that I went with for this collection, and that's a warning. Do not just go picking this up in your Naturally Radiant shade. 9 times out of 10 is gonna be different, or you're not gonna like it like you like the shade in Naturally Radiant, because they are different. But the foundation formula is bomb. Like this, like I did a review video on this, so if you have not checked that out, make sure you go back and look, and maybe I'll link it in the description or in the eye in the sky if I can remember to do that. But it has such a nice finish, and when I'm wearing a mask, it doesn't transfer, but it doesn't feel like a super matte foundation. Like, it looks natural, it feels good, but it's matte. Like, it's amazing. And I like dewy foundations, and I also like matte foundations. I don't discriminate. I have a season for which I wear specific foundations sometimes. I tend to like more radiant foundations in the winter because I have dry skin, and that's just like a season that's pulling more out of me. So I like to make sure I'm moisturizing my skin and looking like I'm not dry. So I use a radiant foundation. And then during the summer, matte is like better for me because I want to keep my face looking like I'm not hot. Okay, I don't want to look hot, look sweaty, so I keep it matte. And I think this is a good year-round foundation. Like, you can use this in multiple seasons for multiple things, and it'll be fine. I also, because the shades don't match and this is deeper, I don't think I'm gonna have to switch between shades when I get darker in the summer, if that's even a thing anymore, because this summer I did not change shades at all because there was nothing for me to be doing to change shades. There was no vacations, there was no pool, there was none of that. But even still, if there was some of that, I think I would have been okay with that color for the whole year, which is another good thing, because that means I only have to buy one, which just means that I only have to spend my coin once. But if you're getting it on discount during a sale, maybe it's worth it. I don't like buying stuff twice, but it's just, you know, that's just the thing. Once you get darker during the summer, you kind of have to have foundation that matches. The next thing I have here is the Fenty Beauty What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. Y'all, I wish this came in a Glade plug-in. That's just how good this thing smells. This also released sometime, I don't know when, I really don't know when this released. I think it released last year, 2019. I'm really not sure, but I really like this spray. It doesn't give you like that Urban Decay I'm holding everything in, and it also doesn't give you that Glow Recipe or Morphe dewy setting spray. It's like, it would be comparable to like a natural finish foundation. So you know how it's dewy, matte, and then there's somewhere in between that looks natural. This is what I feel about the Fenty Beauty one. It doesn't make me look dewy when I'm not going for those dewy looks, and it doesn't make me look super matte and held in like Urban Decay does. I love both of those, and I've probably recommended the Urban Decay one I'm sure I did, because I've bought at least 3 bottles of those. So in a past Sephora recommendations one, you've probably seen Urban Decay. Still recommend. It's just a different mood. It's a matte finish, like I'm going out to the club tonight type of setting spray. Where this is, I'm just doing my basic day-to-day grocery shopping. I'm going to brunch, or like something where you don't need like a super long lasting like hold from your setting spray, but you want something that looks nice, natural, soft, and that smells good, baby, this is it. Go get you some of this. Now, like I said in the review video, it's not a setting spray, it's a refreshing spray. So I think it's just to like make your makeup come alive, especially if you use a lot of powders. You want your face to kind of look more like skin and not powder, of course, and that is great for getting that look. Okay, I have two more things here and then we're done. This here is the Fenty Beauty hot chocolate lip gloss. Y'all, this is my everyday gloss. So if I'm wearing a gloss, this is my everyday gloss because it matches the tone of my lips so well. It's just a beautiful shade. I would recommend any gloss bomb, but specifically this one for deeper skin girls, because I don't know, it just goes so well with our complexion. It's amazing. And now I have the mini one and I'm still working through using it. Now she has a normal sized one because this came in her little mini kit, which I would also recommend to if you want to try out the Fenty Beauty glosses before you like go like head first in on the large one. You can try her mini collection. She has two of them now, and I decided not to get the second one because I'm still trying to get through the first one. So it's no reason for me to go out and get the second one. Not that I don't love it, because I was still itching, and she had her family and friends sale, and I'm like, should I? But yeah, Fenty Beauty, love these gloss bombs. They're great, but specifically this one is the one that I'm recommending. Again, it is available now as a solo shade. It makes your lips feel super moisturized, and it gives you that cute girl glossy lip that everybody loves. So yeah, go pick that up. And those to me are reasonably priced. It's not super extravagant. Some of the things that I mentioned, it's kind of high for what it is, but the glosses are pretty reasonable price. The next thing I have here, the last thing that I have here, I'm not sure, I'm probably mentioned this before, but I'm mentioning this now because of what we've been going through this year and the use of the mask. I found that my face and lips have been super dry. They're already dry, so they've been dry squared because of having to keep my face covered and having to have my lips in this part of my face touching a mask each and every time that I go out. I've been using and loving, because let's face it, it's hard with the glosses right now because they get all over your mask, and like if you're going somewhere you're not going to take off the mask, it's like pretty useless to put on a lip gloss because it's like it's going to be all over the mask. So I found myself using this a lot more, the Laneige Lip Glowy Bombs. I have a pear one, and this one is a grapefruit one, but I think they have the same formula, it's just different scents. Any one of those will do. These are just the ones that I have, but they have been keeping my lips moisturized. I feel like underneath the mask I can still feel some normalcy underneath it because my lips are not super dry. Like, it's now a necessary for me. Like, this was a cute, like, oh, you know, I like, you know, the bougie lip balms, but no, now this is a necessary for me because it stays on, it makes my lips feel smooth, and it keeps them from feeling dry and underhydrated while I'm wearing a mask. So now, like I said, it's very necessary for me. And I will be picking up some more of those because I'm almost out. Like, as you can see, this thing, you see how I was bending? It's because that's how I keep having to squeeze out some more. But I'm going to pick up a few of those, and I'm probably also going to pick up some perfume. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're a newbie, and I will see you guys in my next video.